Well, howdy, folks. It's me, KFW. It's been a while since I've been here, but I think since I'm already at this spot with the Ascension Grids, I might as well just jump in and do them. I don't really feel like doing a 5-star puzzle today. I'm going to do some easier ones. I'm going to do this one. How's this one go? Connect all dark cells. Exactly one symbol per light area. So, well, we know we got to do that. Well, we can't have a light cell here. If there's a light cell making an elbow here, that means there's going to be a dark cell that's not connected. So that has to be a dark cell for sure. Everywhere else, though, I think is fine for a light cell. There can only be one going into here. From the 6 can only move forward one spot. It would make things tricky if I put a light cell in this spot right here, because now the 4, it can't block here, but there's nowhere for it to go. So that's got to be a dark cell here. This can't be a dark cell, because then we're going to run into trouble with the 6 and the 5, so that's going to be a light cell here. This next to the 5 can't be a light cell, because then we would block the 6 off like so, so that has to be a dark cell. That means the 3... If the 3, if it came down from this point here, the 4 would not, there would not be room for the 4 and also to connect all the dark cells. So this is a dark cell here with the 3. I think the 4 then has to be in this square shape. The 6 then, I believe, is just going to be, hold on, if this is like so, I think actually this is how it's going to be. Yep. 3-star is fine. I just don't want to do 5-star. I feel like I'd be here all day just on the one puzzle. Don't make this... Okay, so no dead ends, no branching paths. We need to make one long loop. This has to be like so. This for sure. That's that for sure. No branching paths. No branching paths. These have to also connect. If this... Excuse me, my throat feels clogged. If I put a dark cell where I'm clicking here, I couldn't put one here because that makes one long loop. So I'd have to move this way, which would mean this... no, it's not impossible. I thought for a second I'd have to make a loop here, but I could put the loop like so. But it's not for sure on that. How would I want to do this? Like, if I go here... Okay, well, if I go up, I would need to move this way, and now... I'm in trouble there. I'm in trouble no matter what. So this actually can't go up. So now that is how these sections go. If I go straight across, then I would have to go... I'd be in the same problem. So this does, in fact, have to go down. And we can't make a single loop like this, so we do have to make... Can't make the loop here, so it has to be like this. We'd have to make this loop here. This loop has to exist, and I think we're done. Alright. That's a nice puzzle. How about something on the easier side, so I can run down and do some other puzzles? Okay, well these have to be dark cells because of the myopia error rule. Exactly one symbol per dark area. That has to be a light cell. These have to be light cells, light cells, light cells, light cells. This could be a light cell, or not. Well, this has to connect to a dark area. If I did this, I would have to bring it around... Okay, that's stupid. It's just going to connect here. Oh, what am I thinking? These two can't connect. This has to be a dark cell no matter what. No matter what that is. This is possible, I guess. Now we have forcing the black cells to be like so. That's still fine. This can't connect, so we gotta have a dark cell here, which means this dark cell has to connect to 7 or 11. It's gotta be to the 7 before 5. Means that has to, this is gonna also connect to the 7. Is there any way it doesn't go through here? I don't think so. I think it has to go through there. 4, 5, 6, 7. So it has to connect to this cell, and then one of these two. So that this is how these connections are. This has to be blocked here. No, that can't be right. Going back. So I can't have all this. I need to have a dark cell down here somewhere. And it's got to connect to something here. So perhaps this connects up to the 11. Like so. Which means this connects to the 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. This can't be here. It's got to be that one. That's got to be blocked. That has to go like so. This has to be here. That means we have to connect through this way, or at least through this way. And here. Let's see. This could connect to the 7, I think. Well, if I connect here, yeah, it would overload no matter what. So we do, in fact, have to connect this to the 7. These have to connect... These light cells have to connect to a symbol, so they have to connect around this way. So that finishes off the 7. Now the question is, do I do this? I would have to make it like so. That's fine. If I go this way, does it change anything? Well, I do have to block at some point one of these. So if I do this here, if I do it like this, like if this was a light cell, I would be in trouble here. So this has to be a dark cell as well, no matter what. I can do it this way. Yeah. Neat. One more up here. How's that sound? Let's make this one a shorter day. How's that? I try not to go for an hour and a half. One symbol per dark area, but not one symbol per light area. Connect all light cells. So that means we have to, with this cross, we have to at least go out by 1. We'll have to go out by more than that. That has to be a dark cell. That has to be a light cell. Connect all light cells. Means this has to go out at least once. These are going to be like so. One symbol per dark area does force me in this direction. Yeah, I gotta put a dark cell there. Huh. This has to come out again. Now this could go to the 6 here, or it could go to the 6 down here. I'm not sure which. Well, the trouble is, if I go to the 6 down here, I have nowhere to put this 6 without blocking off a light cell. So I think we have to just go 6 across the top, and then 6 down here. Break this out. 6 like so. No, that won't work at all. 6 like so. No, that won't work either. What's happening here? Okay, so this is a problem. How do I... I know. Then... I've done something wrong in there. Hold on, let's try again. I just need to see it from an earlier position. This can't be dark cell, so I know that much. This has to be dark cell. These can't be dark cells, so this has to be light cells here. This has to be light cell as well. Is there a way to connect the 6s here? These would have to come out no matter what. Then there's no room for this. So, yeah, I think this has to go, which would force me to do this move. I think actually it's here. That's what it is. That I was just connecting the wrong 6 down there. Alright, that's all I'm going to do of this up here in my quest to make today a slightly shorter video. Will that happen? I don't know. I do have a tendency to go on, but I'm going to take this puzzle I see right in front of me. Because it is my favorite type of puzzle. I've gone on and on about how the morphic fractals really are probably the superior type of puzzle that's ever been designed. I have too many tendrils around it, I think. How do I get less of those? This amount? This feels like too little. How do I get a different amount of those guys? This feels like the right... Okay, fine. What's over here? Yeah. Let's take that. Leitmotif has not been done, but the other puzzle has. Oh, that one's already been done, apparently. Okay. How about this? Logic grid. Okay, well, let's make sure that the other letter types don't connect to each other here. No 4 in a row. Just white. No white 4 in a row. Okay. Well, this can't connect anyway. The A has to connect through here. It's also got to connect through there, but no 4 in a row. There. I think that's the A pretty much sorted. The C can't connect there, so it's got to go this way. It's going to have to go this way. No 4 in a row. Wrong button. Not too bad. Where's the ankle for this? I think I got to be up on the rock here. Maybe this rock? Maybe this rock? What's going on? Oh, maybe up here? Well, how far away do I gotta be from this guy? Okay, there's a ring. Oh, it is here. It's all... Whoop. Which is really easy to miss because there's another leitmotif right here that's confusing me. I do see a music grid, so that's always fun to do. That's a good enough guess. How about you? What am I looking at this time? Sure, why not? That's a good enough puzzle. About as good as that puzzle type's ever gonna get. Push all 7. I feel like the better route starts on this side. Right? Right through here. Ooh, nice. First try. There's a archway over here somewhere. There it is. That wasn't too bad of a flow orb. Again, the type of flow orb that works best is over a long distance like that one was. That's not a long distance so much, but it you know, utilized the fact that the movement system is great for long distances with very few twists and turns in it. How about you? Let's grab this. See what we got. Am I blind? Where? Okay, there's one up there. And there's one here. How about in the tree? Or that tree? Oh, where's number 5? Where's number 5? Up here, maybe? Oh, haha. Gamers don't look up. Oof. Well, I see another one of these. Okay, letters must be sorted, so the E does have to escape. A C also has to escape. This is how it's gonna go. The E's gotta come around this way. A. Might as well just bring the A up this way. Yep. I'm gonna make my way toward Autumn Falls. I feel like I've kind of neglected Autumn Falls a lot. It also has the most puzzles of any of the hub areas, according to the save stats file I've... Oh, that's not it. Where's the other... Thought I saw it. Well, whatever. It has the most puzzles. I've also kind of spent the least time there for the hub puzzles. So, you know, I'm going to get distracted along the way, as we can see. There is a cube around here somewhere. Anyway, I'll head there just so we can get some of those other puzzles out of the way. Because if I keep doing, you know, Lucent Waters and Verdant Glen over and over again, I'll end up in a position where the only thing left is one single area, and of course only so many puzzles per area can spawn each day. So I'd end up in a position where I actually can't solve as many puzzles as I'd like. Maybe up there? What have I not looked at so far? I mean, I would have guessed around this statue, but apparently not. But under that would be nice, but no. Oh, there we go, under that part of the rock. Here we go. Now we're making our way downtown. This one looks demonic. Oh. This is where the mouse movement doesn't feel like it matches the other movement at all. So I'm trying to be like, okay, I want to move that big thing down, so I gotta move my mouse up. And I gotta move it right to move left. Ah! I can't get it to... What the... Okay, fine. You know what? I'll take it. I did it. How about this one? I gotta get the hole down here. Sure. That one actually felt like I did something on purpose, but it wasn't very interesting. Oh, we can get a glide rings immediately. That's always good. Looks like a pretty simple path. Alright. Is this the one in the tree that's down there? I think so. There we go. Not too bad. See, I like these puzzles when they resemble like a real song or something. I like them more that way, but they are easier when you do that. So like they need to be more complex puzzles when they resemble real music, I think, in order to make them more challenging. That's just my opinion, I guess. I could be wrong about that. Maybe other people struggle with those. It's when the music sounds like just random notes that it's really hard no matter what the complexity is. So let's get the red first. Let's get the blue in place. And green and yellow. Oh, that's it. That's what I want. How about you? I haven't done a lot of sightseers here. So this, I think I'm looking at across... Yeah, I'm looking at across this world, so I gotta get a good angle here. I think I gotta be a little higher up so I can be looking down at this. Yeah. That's the one. I have not done a lot of sightseers in Autumn Falls, from what I remember, so I should not neglect him if I see him. Because I'll end up in a position where I'll have just 100 sightseers to do, and that's it, and there's only like 5 per day, so I just won't be able to do them all. So let's get him now while I have the chance. If I see him. I tend to run right by them without really noticing. Okay, well this looks like a trap. I think I want to move the pink down before I move the yellow over. Will that... No, because now this is the problem. So do I move this down? And then do I just decide I can lose this one immediately if I really want to? What if I went this way? Yeah, this is a loss. This isn't too bad. It is a loss, but, you know, at least I feel good about it. So no, I think I need to do something else first. If I do this first, do I lose immediately? Not immediately, but I definitely do struggle. Okay, so what's the deal? What if I do this first, and I just decide to do something different down here? Of course, now I'm in trouble here, because I don't want to break these blues all together. No, that seems like a trap. No, I did that already, and that's just a problem. So if I do drop these first... But now this is a problem. So I would have to break these. If I break in this direction... Oh, this isn't good either, because then I'm forced to do this. This is what I did the first time, I think. No. If I break here... So that's the thing that's not working. What if I did this? This is terrible. Don't do that. If I bring these up, I could try this. Oh, that's good. I really like that puzzle. It like baits you into the wrong move over and over. You have to think laterally on it. I like it. Okay, don't make dominoes or diagonals, so every black square has to be totally separated. So that means there has to be one here, because whatever's here it won't be. Those cannot be. Yeah, those can't be. There's got to be both of them here, which means nothing there. Those are done. That's done. One's got to be in there. Both have to be here. Which means they both have to be here. They could both be here or not. I don't know. One has to be either here or there, because they both can't be here because we'd overload the two. So that means this has to be a light cell, and this has to be a light cell. That has to be a light cell, so this is that. These are the two. There's your one. Okay, these are done, these are done, and these are done. Oops. Nice, that wasn't too bad. Ooh. You think with all these arches I find, it would be close to done with arches, but no, there's still like 1,500 arches left in this game. All dark regions and light regions have 4, so that's forced. That's forced. Okay. That's gotta be dark. That's gonna be dark. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think this has to happen sooner rather than later. That wasn't too bad. Kind of just do what the game is showing you and it'll just magically work out. Alright, where is the green guy for this one? Is it down below? Above? Yeah, seeking the truth. The new trial that... Ah! Haha! Swag. And yes, I will say it every time I do a matchbox in midair. I will say it until I become cool, which means I will be saying it for a long time. Hey! Okay. Oh, here we go. There was a ring up there I missed. Was there? Or maybe I'll check it later. Is there perhaps some kind of thing, relic for me this direction? Haha, there's one there. And there. Feels like I missed one, but maybe I was just looking at that one again. I've already collected it. Let me get some air again, see if I have a better view. I'll see what I missed. No, I think... No, I think there's not a missing ring here. Oh, there is. There it is. Let's do a little bit of a maze, shall we? Yeah. I hope these mazes kind of look okay. I think I've expressed this exact concern like 50 episodes ago or something. I hope these look okay. I don't really check, like I don't watch through every video I make. Part of it is I don't really have time to do that, and the other part is I despise myself and don't want to listen to myself talk. But I know that if I was streaming this, these would be the bitrate killers. That is done already, apparently. Let's get this flow orb over here. How many we got? 3? Seriously? I'm gonna try that again because I bet I can get the full good time. Yeah. There's also a wandering echo, I believe is the name. I think, strangely enough, despite having done the fewest puzzles in Autumn Falls, I have done almost all the wandering echoes here, so there's not that many left. There's probably like 10 left or something. Are you serious here? Is there a faster way up there? Alright, let's try that again. Where's the start? Starts right there. So, I'm surprised to see any wandering echoes, because there's just not that many left. Oh, we just back where we started? Good grief. Archway, I think, down here? And another wandering echo. Let's grab it. Where'd it go? A mischievous little jerk. Do not go inside the maze, thank you. If you went inside the maze, I would be so angry with you. Oh wait, hold on. That's a different maze than the one I did. Let's do this one. Master time is only 29 seconds, so I think it's just gonna be a follow the path type of maze. So not a lot of dead ends or things like that. Where do I go from here? I just guess to go back this way. Then this way. Nope. Guessed wrong. Ah. There we go. There's another maze. Haven't done this one either. This one looks way more complicated. 54 se- Oh, I'm going to be here forever. Oh, I guess we're going to start by going in. Which way? Which way, Western man? No. This way, maybe? So far, it looks like it's still just one major pathway. I just have to find it going up and down. Be nice if that was how it is. Not really, like, from a puzzle standpoint. It'd be boring if that's how it is, but I think this is the way to go. No, do I have to go this way? I do feel slightly lost. Where's the way up from here? What am I doing? Where do I... Is it here? No? I feel like I've been down here already. I really feel like this is... Okay, this is a dead end. Okay, so it's a nice, complicated maze. Oh, nope, I got to the end. Okay. Not sure how I did that. I really felt like I was lost there. I kind of like that. I wish the mazes were more complicated like that, but, boy, if it doesn't make me feel like an idiot. Was that the one? Yeah. Cube, I hear it. I hear the cube. Coming for you. There we go. Ooh, 2 wandering echoes. It's like my birthday. It also could be that... I mean, it's been a while since I played. My release schedule... Look at me talk as if I'm a real YouTuber. My release schedule is not the same as my recording schedule. I don't release the same day I record. And so sometimes I'll record like 10 really back-to-back and then, you know, release them pretty sporadically. So it's like a week to a month after I record it before it goes online. And so there's, you know, if you watched the previous video, you know, 5 minutes ago or whatever, and then you saw this one, I think it's been like 2 weeks since I last recorded. It's just personal life thing. I'm very busy with personal stuff right now. It's not bad personal stuff, it's just none of your business. So I haven't had a lot of time to record video games. I know I should be prioritizing video games, but I'm not right now. Hold on. So it looks like... looks like I need to be more this direction? Really? Is it this direction, or is it more... No, I feel like it's the other side. I'm trying to figure out the angle on this, but not doing a very good job. So maybe looking at down this way. Yeah. There we go. I see a lot of green cubes, not a lot of red cubes. There we go. There's another one somewhere around here. Okay, I'm hearing it better now. It's probably up here. There we go, and there's an archway. There we go. That one goes there. So there's got to be a guy. Ooh, another flow orbs. I'll hit the flow orbs when I get a moment. Okay, those can't be connected. Connect all dark cells. So that's going to come out. Exactly 1 symbol per light area. So now we know that this has to happen. We got to come through this direction. Might as well bring this around like this. Yeah, that's how we want to do it. Looking for a good place to hide the red. Was there some... The red version of that. Maybe this direction a little more? Well, let's take care of sightseers if I see one. Okay, so I'm looking at the big arch that's over here somewhere, right? Up this way. Up this way? Hold on. I think I'm at an angle where I can't see the arch. It's up this way. But I need to be further over so I can see it more at this angle, and then further down. Like, I think I'm on this roof. Look at that. Hey, there's the red thing for the thing. Anyway, where was I like 5 minutes ago when I was saying it's been a while since I recorded? That's not just to say, oops, sorry I didn't record. It's more like, because the game updates the puzzles based on time rather than how many I've solved, if I don't play for weeks at a time, the game has time to unload all the puzzles I have already completed. Like, if I record this and then tomorrow I record and go to this area again, a lot of the puzzles I did today are still going to be here. And so if I wait 2 weeks in between recordings, the puzzles I'm looking at will be new. Or at least will more likely be new. I don't actually know the algorithm for how it decides which puzzles to load and which to unload. There to there. Cool. Let's go down to this flow orbs, I guess. I think start from this spot, because I gotta get up to the... Oh my gosh, there's 14 of them? Not a super fan of 14, but... Oh, come on! Sorry, another thing that's always bad. Every time Flow Orbs does it. Oh, let's restart. Hold on. Another thing that's always bad every single time Flow Orbs does it is putting the Flow Orb somewhere that's hard to get to because of a nook or cranny. Because the movement system and the collision means you're going to get forced out without hitting the orb, which is extremely annoying and not in an interesting way. It's not like, ooh, I'm going to work on my skill so I can get that. It's more like, well, here's this annoying collision that you just have to hope doesn't mess with you. Where? I gotta climb this. Alright. Oh, you kidding me? Okay. Oh, more collision. Yeah, this one's really bad. I don't like this one. Certainly not going for a gold time here. Yeah, like why I'm able to see so many puzzles I haven't done before. Like all the mazes here are new. Like none of them are mazes I've done before. Probably because it's been a couple weeks, so all the mazes I've done have unloaded and the new ones have loaded in. because the load-in speed is based on how it was online, which is it takes, you know, every puzzle type, maybe at most 2 new puzzles load in every day. So it takes several days to cycle through the puzzles. So if I were to play once a week, I would see new puzzles. But if I play once a day, you know, if I do every puzzle type, I'm not really going to see new ones when I come back. Which explains why I'm finding a lot of the puzzle types that I've been looking for that are harder to find. Because once I do them once, they kind of stay done. Trying to make this shape. Okay, you know what? Thank you. As soon as I go to explain for all of my friends, where do I gotta stand for this? Here. There are still puzzles I have done. It's not completely new. It's just I've given the game a lot of time to unload the stuff I've done. Of course, even with this new mod, it doesn't actually prioritize in the hub world loading puzzles that are new and unloading the completed ones instead. I don't think it does. Which does mean that as I complete more puzzles in this area, even if I wait for several weeks, I might run into an issue where the puzzles I want don't load because it only loads the old ones again. Alright. You know what I'll do to finish this out? It's been about 40 minutes or so. I'm going to head over this way. Not really going to focus on Verdant Glen. I'm going to go over to the Lost Grids here. We're going to do some more of these puzzles. Might as well always try to grab a couple while I can. Is this just sort of a reverse thing? Right? Kind of. So, like, look at you got at the bottom 6. So it's 6, 6, and 6. I'm dividing it in half. It's 5 black and then 1 white in the center. And then we invert that and then reverse it. So it's 5 white along the edge and then 1 black in the center. If you do it the same here, 3 black, it becomes 3 white at the top. 3 white in the center becomes 3 black. It looks like we're inverting it. So this should be white. Over here, this should be black. This should be white. Then we should have black here. This should be black. We have to have the 3. These have to be the same color. This just has 1, so it's all going to be... Is that right? Hold on. I don't know what it'll be here. But this one should be 4 and 2. Oh, there's got to be something to figure out here, because this... I don't know what this one's going to be. I know those are going to be. We have to have 3. Well, I'm guessing we can only have... We can't have like a mix. We can only have 2... Each color represented once per half. So you see how it's 1 set of white, then 1 black. It can't be like black, white, black, white. So if this was black, we would ruin it. So we do have to have 1 set. So this would be like so. That means we'd have 3 and 3. This has to be 4 and 2. This has to block, so we have to have 5 and 1. This has to be 4 and 2. Yeah. That was an interesting one. Like, it took a little while to figure out exactly what the pattern meant, but then once you have it, it's pretty obvious what it is. I think this is just whatever black space is here, you add 1 more underneath. Yeah. Looks like we got ladders, but I think we have to move 1 more up, and then move 1 more up here. Yep. Alright, so hope it's not one of the ones I've ignored. Yeah, this is one of the ones I've ignored because I don't know how to do this one. So I'm thinking around this black piece there has to be like a rotatable set with this. So I think it has to be like this, and then it has to be, oops, like this. See what I mean? See how this rotates around? So that means this has to rotate around, and that has to rotate around. But now, this has to be here, because there would be another black piece down way below the set. So, above this, try to think, to the right of this piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has got to be the piece. Yeah, that's got to be the piece, and then we have to have this piece like so. Above this one, it would have to be like there. Hold on, that's where that goes. Yeah, that's it. I feel like I saw that one earlier and just could not figure the pattern out, but I think I had just mistakenly thought of the pattern as something different, and then because it was in my head wrong, I couldn't fix it. I just needed to see it at a much later date. Don't make this. So we have to make one long snake that hits 24. We have 7 by 5, so 35. So how do I do that? Do I connect these? Like, what if I connect them? If I connect this here, we are in trouble. Right? Like, this doesn't work, because we only have 22. If I connect it like this... No, how about this sort of thing? But now... we got 23, it's better. What if I did this? Like... No, hold on. That's even worse. Is there any way I could do it? Kind of feels like this is a trap. Yeah, because this is man, I can't do that with that. I feel like I gotta connect these. If I connect it here, this saves the most space. Still just 22. How do I fix this? Maybe if I do it here again. That's no good. That's no good. If I try it going a different way. That's 23. It's so close. What do I gotta do here? Gotta just find... So, like, the fact that I can do either one of these means it's not the right move. So if I go around this way or this way, doesn't change anything. And for, like, uniqueness, I don't think that's gonna work. Is there any way to get it out this way? No, I don't think so. This is the worst version. What if... Ah! Okay, what is this? What's the pattern I gotta make? Doing this... Can't do that. This would be a problem. This is still... So something... Yeah, that just gets rid of a piece. Is there any way... This is just gonna... Ah! Okay, there's got to be something here. Ah! This one's tricky. It says only 1 star, but it's really getting me. This is the same issue as before. It's not really going anywhere. If I try this side again. This seems like the most economical use here. Use as many white cells as possible. This is... We're back at this problem. Hold on, maybe I can bring this up around. There we go, there we go. Whew, that's it. That's a clever little puzzle. No black squares. Connect all dark cells. So I guess I'm gonna do some guessing. Like, I start here and then figure these would make squares. So, okay, so this has to be a light cell, means that's a dark cell. This would make a square, so we're gonna get rid of it. That would make a square. That would make a square. There's no reason for that to be a dark cell. If we did this, we could block these off. We could also... that would have to be... no. So what if I instead made that a light cell? Yeah, that would work. How about you guys? All dark areas have the same shape and size, and they're region of 5. Well, if I did cross shape, then it would be fine. Yeah. Let's do a 3-star puzzle, shall we? Let's finish off with this. Tiles remaining. God damn it. Okay. Well, we know that much is going to be true. If this is a dark cell, then we'd have to put a dark cell there. If this is a light cell, we'd have to put a dark cell there. So there's a dark cell here as well. I think this can also be a light cell. Oh, so no matter what this is, we have to block these off. This can't be light. Whatever this is it's gonna go out the other way. So I think these have to be. Oh, but no. See, now it's saying tiles remaining 0, but these have to be the case. All right, so let's. What? Really? I think we're gonna do that. I don't know. It's just, I hate underglued grids. They're not interesting or fun. Don't make that. It has to be. Oh, it's not connect all light cells though. So we can't have branching paths, but we also can't have this snaking path. Well, these can't connect to each other at all. But all dark cells have to be connected. So basically, we just need to come up with a path. So we could do this with the 4s. But the 8s, we have to do something more like this. I don't know if that's the right path. Hold on, let's... I don't know why I would do that. Let's keep it there. So then how would I make this? Well, let's look at... Oh, hold on. Didn't mean to complete. Let's look at it from this perspective. Where would this 4... This has to be like so. That's not going to work. I think these have to be there. Which means we got to move this down around. Yeah. Hold on a second. The 8s can all be... They can all... These can connect. Yeah, that's how you do it. I was overthinking that one for sure. Okay, just area numbers? Oh dear. 35. I think this is going to end up sort of sorting itself out. We're just going to keep doing this and it'll end up... That's got to be dark cell. Kind of working itself out here. Maybe not. Maybe I got to think about it here. This 35 has to go... Well, if it went this way, we'd block... Well, it couldn't go any further, so it does have to go out that direction, and further than that. So that's the 3 sorted. No matter what, that's as far as that can go. This could be a dark cell just fine, yeah. Well, the only way for this to go is around the 4 this way. The 35 has got to escape at some point. So this has to be a dark cell here. And then we have to go down at least once. That's complete. We have to go... There's that 4 complete. And then also around the 6. Okay. I think I can take one more. 32. What do I do? This one's a freebie. 33. Because it could be white or black there, it's fine. Now, if I did it this way... Now all I gotta do is one more, and now I can't. I need to do it this way. Like so. That gets me 35. Nice. I'm actually going to end things here unless I see a really easy one. Let's do a 3 pipper just to get, do some more stuff. This is complete. Alright, just area numbers. Excellent. Those can't connect to each other. Those can't connect to each other. That's like so. This has to be there. This has to be. It doesn't have to be. We do have to have a white cell there, though. These have to be blocked. That's got to be white, which means we can't connect it here. We could connect it there. We can't connect it here. Nope, that's done. If we did this, we'd be in trouble. So we're going to block there. We have to completely block that one in. Cool. Let's see. At 9. Let's make this the 11 exactly. And we're done. Excellent. Alright, that's an episode. That's what's going to go viral. Everyone's looking for this. Gay Kermit the Frog plays puzzle games. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Don't know when I'll be able to record next, but, you'll just have to wait for it. Really not much I can promise. Have a good one then. Bye.